Hi everybody. I'm so glad to be with you and I hope you have a good time today. My name is Beth Gay Freeman and this is my email. So if you'd like to email me at any time, you are welcome to bethscribble@aol.com. I do a publication called Beth's Newfangled Family Tree, and this is how you get it. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is go to this URL and enjoy. The newest issues are up on the site, and you also get many years of archives to enjoy. I have a little tale to tell you this morning before we get started on our actual program. I'm wearing Gair tartan today. And how I got this tartan is sort of interesting to me. For years and years and years, I was a pen pal with Lieutenant Colonel Robert Gair, the chief of the Clan Gair. I was working on Gay genealogy in the United States, but Lieutenant Colonel Gair was so helpful and so kind, and we wrote each other for years. And finally, my friend Marty and I got to go to Scotland together years and years ago. And Marty has been my best friend since 7th grade. And I seem to remember a dinosaur grazing in the pasture outside school when we were in the 7th grade. But we went to Scotland together and we made our way to Minard Castle, which was the seat of the Clan Gair at that time. And we had been invited to come and have a meal with them, so we did. And then Lieutenant Colonel Gair said, "Oh, please stay the night. We've got plenty of room." So we did. And in my bedroom, the curtains, the bed hangings on the canopy bed were this tartan, precisely. And I laid awake most of the night admiring the beautiful tartan and the gorgeous room and just being thrilled to be where I was. The next morning after breakfast, when we got ready to leave, Lieutenant Colonel Gair gave me a package, and the package was a length of Gair tartan. And I have enjoyed it and loved it because he gave it to me. But Marty, on the rest of our trip, called me after the lady in Gone with the Wind, and because she wore the drapes. And this is drapery material in some places. We're going to talk today about some of the words that are Gaelic words, and just a little bitty taste of it today, because there are lots and lots and lots, but little words that we use and that our grandparents used that were straight from the Gaelic. Now, when I was a kid, not even a kid, when I was a little young'un, I would ask my mother or my grandmother for a bedtime drink of milk. And my grandmother would say, "Oh, yes, I'll get you a noggin of milk." In Gaelic, the word is spelled Noigean, but it means a cup. Now, everybody loves eggnog, and eggnog was originally a cup drink. So remember, anytime you hear the word noggin or nog, that it is from the Gaelic. How about when you took your lunch to school? What did you take it in? When I was growing up, you didn't have fancy lunch boxes. We took lunch in a brown paper sack, my brothers and I. But my grandmother called it a poke, and that is a Gaelic word that means bag or sack. Dictionaries list it as being from Middle English, but Gaelic is far older. In my grandmother's day, box supper auctions were held, when young men bid the highest amount for the food brought by the prettiest lady. Such suppers in the Blue Ridge Mountains were called poke suppers. The food was prepared and brought in paper sacks mostly, poke suppers. And we took our lunches to school in pokes or paper bags. Now, are you sassy? Our Southland apparently is the only part of the United States where this word is still in use. For in other areas, people equate sassy with saucy. But sassy, from the Gaelic, means impudent. It's how you would describe a child who talks back, sassy. Savannah's native son, the great songwriter Johnny Mercer, used sassy in at least 2 of his songs, Tallahassee and Bless Your Beautiful Hide. And Bless Your Beautiful Hide is from the movie 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Now, do you know how to milk a cow? I do. I guess I'm still the cow milking champion of Ocala, Florida. When I worked for WMOP radio, we put a mop bumper sticker on the cow's hip, and I entered the competition, and by gum, I won. Yay! But when you milk a cow, you want to make the cow happy. You want to make her calm and just make her be just ready to let her milk down. So what do you say? You say, saw, 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 girl, saw. So, on the Isle of Lewis, folks hand-milked cows, and one of my aunts was from there, and they used this expression, saw, saw. It's the same as saying there now in modern language. In Gaelic, the spelling is S-E-O, S-E-O, saw, saw, which changes the pronunciation to shaw, shaw. Now, have you ever known anybody who was a scallywag? This is from the Gaelic, scalag, a person of the lowest order, or as we say in the South, po folks. No better than a carpetbagger is a scallywag. Now, have you ever put up a tent and you had little pieces of wood that you pounded into the ground to hold the tent up? Well, in Gaelic, it's a stob. In topography, a stob is Gaelic for a pinnacle or a slender vertical rock. It's also a wooden stake, an iron spike, a tent peg, or a fence post even. As a verb, to stob means to pierce, to stab as with a knife. Now, my friend Donald MacDonald, who gave me most of this information, said when he worked for 10 years as a police reporter in the now defunct Charlotte, North Carolina News, many of the deadly weapon assaults involved stobbings. And if you remember the old ballad Tom Dooley, when Tom killed Laura Foster, you'll recall the line, I met her on the mountain, I stobbed her with my knife. Now, in the South, most everybody says every once in a while, y'all or you all, and it is generally described as Old English from the days of Shakespeare, and yet its construction is also pure Gaelic. Gaelic speakers still say Shivala, Shivala, and that is y'all or you all. An example of the use of you all in the Gaelic Bible is found in Galatians 3:26, and it says, for you all are the sons of God by faith in Christ Jesus. Now, a verb in the imperative mood, pronounced hikiv, it's an invitation which I use to welcome you over the sea to bonny Scotland. So, hikiv in Gaelic means y'all come. So y'all hurry on over, you hear? Thank you so much for being with us today. Please be careful, be safe. Please have your vaccination. Tom and I both do. We had no problem with either the first or second vaccination, and we are now completely vaccinated. But stay safe, and we'll see you once again. Thank you. Bye.